All right, my fellow agents, welcome back. It is I, X7, your agent of Animated Awesome. Today is Monday. We are going to be reviewing the next three episodes of the Savage Dragon 1996, 95 to 96 cartoon series. Um, these are three pretty good episodes. They're different, and we'll tell you why in a little bit. But before we get too much further into this, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the cartoon. We're almost to the end of the first season, the first 13 episodes. We're going to go right into the second season and get all 26 out of the way because I'm enjoying it. I like the actors and I'm getting to know the characters, the voice actors, that is. And so, hopefully, I don't know what the next season entails because I've never seen any of them. But now, having said all that, let's roll. All right, episode 10 is called Red Handed, which is a cute play on words once you see what's going on. And we start out with a flashback to where Overlord, where Dragon and Barbaric are having a wrestling contest, and Overlord and Bludgeon here decide that they want to get rid of Dragon, and they're going to use Barbaric to do it because the oldest trick in the book, Barbaric has a younger sister. Because the Overlord can find out anything, apparently. But the police break in. Overlord tries to escape, but they're ready for him. And they throw some guy out. I mean, it's Dragon. The Dragon Rider shows up. It's not Common Rider Ruki, but they have a little talk about wanting to see his license, and insurance card. And they actually capture the Overlord and put him in jail. There is Barbaric's little sister, whose name I don't even know if they said, but she's kind of tomboy, she's a great pitcher, and she runs smack into Bludgeon, who captures her. And this is the guy who's going to be running for the DA. I don't remember if they give him a name in here. He's got to have a name in here, right? Let's see. No, doesn't have one. Well, he probably does, and I don't know who it is, but he's kind of a sleaze, a glory hound, because he takes credit for the capture of the Overlord. Barbaric shows up, says, "Hey, I'm a friend of the dragon." They're all happy to see each other again. And look at all the pouches. I mean, why does Dragon have, pouches all around his belt? And so does, and up here, and he, they're just, boy, I hated the pouches. Oh, man. And so Barbaric, of course, frees the Overlord and won't tell Dragon why. Dragon gets yelled at and threatened for suspension. And now we find out why Barbaric's doing it, because they have his saucy little sister. And then he's like, "You're supposed to let her go." He's like, "No, you have to do one more thing for me. Destroy the dragon. Then we'll be done." It's like, you can't give in to blackmail. Duh. But, Barbaric's still a kid. And so he finds him. I like, this is a movie that's playing Lizard versus Hydra. That might be Ghidra, the three-headed monster in this universe, but I'd go see it anyway. So he yells at Barbaric, and Barbaric starts crying, and tells him, I have to do this. And right there, we see him going to punch Dragon, and now they're bringing him back. Alex, or I don't know what her name is, but we've heard her voice before. Anyway, They have her trapped in a bus. She hot wires it and takes off, but she can't outrun Bludgeon because school buses are notoriously not fast. She's just full of attitude and not scared of Overlord or Bludgeon at all. So now they're just going to kill both of them because Overlord's had a tape, or he's got a bug on Barbaric, so he heard everything about their plan. And then a fight starts out, and Bludgeon's just laughing, and she's got her baseball out. Bunk. Then slips out of her. Smart girl. I mean, really smart girl. So they do well to recruit her somehow for something. Now, maybe they did later on. I don't know. And, Iron Man, Iron Overlord zaps him. She throws a CD or a trash can lid and slices off some of Bludgeon's hoses, which don't really affect him, at least none that we can see. Now, maybe Bludgeon has a weakness, that's something to do with it. I don't know or care to find out. So Bludgeon and Barbaric go at it, and they're about the same size, I would assume strength level, and he gets thrown into the jail there. Dragon, on the other hand, isn't having such great luck, but gets into a magnetic, whatever you call that thing. And of course, when you're in an iron suit, which is why Iron Man got rid of his iron suit, and it's an iron alloy or synthetic iron. I don't know what it is supposed to be now, but considering how many of it he's gone through, had to do something synthetic, I would think. They're like, all right. But unfortunately, it's an empty suit now. Overlord's gotten away. And little sister is like, we'll be ready for him. So, and that's the last we see of, at least so far, we haven't seen any more of Overlord in these next 2 episodes, which is something interesting. And I think even the 13th one that won't have it. So, let's see. So, Loathing, that is the next one. And this one has got an interesting freak, super freak. He's super freaky, yeah. Called the Fiend, who feeds off emotions, but the emotions of hatred and rage. And these guys are trying to hassle a homeless man for his money, who turns out to be a cop. And we get the bigot nice man who apparently is okay with all humans except for he hates the freaks. And here is a self-help guru, which were big things. What was his name? Tony somebody or another. Back in the 90s, everyone just raved about. And he says something about Dragon using his, the same sink. A freak like Dragon uses the same sink as humans do, which, if you know your history. And of course, the Fiend finds Niceman, which, obviously play on, he's his hatred delightful and possess it, so he can possess people to feed off of them. Their Basher is terrified of the Fiend, and they have this battle. And remember the press is still out for him. This is where the Fiend makes it, or Niceman, because he doesn't quite know what's going on, but makes it personal. He breaks his sunglasses, so he can't wear his sunglasses at night anymore. Then he leaves, and of course now it looks like he's just beat up Niceman. So Niceman's going to press charges. The Fiend has found some more people to possess, which is, I don't know who this one he was. Oh, so he and Richard Richards, the guy in television, he pals up with the self-help guru, too much to his chagrin, because he hates all of his so-called clients and people who believe in all that crap. So out he goes. So now everyone knows that there's, some other, so they know Dragon's innocent. Dragon and Alex climb up, and he starts fighting the Fiend, and she's got to stop the tugboat before it crashes in there and kills everybody. And she's a very competent officer and very smart and intelligent, really well-written character. Kudos on you, Eric, kudos to you, Eric Larson, for creating that, and to the show for keeping her that way. I don't think she's been a damsel. She's maybe been caught once, but and then of course our Richard Richards is now being he was trying to get off first, and then she's like, "We're watching you." So the dragon tells the fiend that he hates him, and he's like, "Oh, so he possesses the dragon, and now he has to destroy the thing that the dragon, the cause of his hatred," and so he ends up exiling himself somewhere, and that's where Alex is like, "You think he'll be back?" And this guy's, you know, giving him a whole load of crap, but everyone knows he's a phony. Alex asks the dragon, "Do you think he's gone?" He's like, "Well, that sort of thing is just never gone because hatred will always exist." And sadly, he's right. So I didn't realize Rob Paulson was the octopus. Very good. So no, first episode without the Overlord, and I'm happy about that because I think that you use the same characters and he gets away all the time. This kind of shows that the your hero is rather inept. I always had that problem with a lot of, "Oops, yeah, I'll be back to threaten you in the next episode," and nothing changes. I like this shot. It's in the opening credits there where he takes his glasses off. It's just a nice picture. I just think it looks good. All right, Rampage. Not the game. There's no giant monsters, not a giant ape or lizard or wolf girl person. No, I think the Lizzie was the lizard. Anyway, so Rampage. So you can guess what's going to happen here. Somebody's going on a rampage, and it is. So there's assigned to once again watch over someone. And these three super freaks, they're she bikers, she freaks, she super freaks, freakettes maybe, and they're on bikes. They have some odd powers. They're all of the freaks' powers seem to be organic of some kind. Not they're not like like grossly organic on occasion. Think Go Nagai organic. So he's after him on his pink bike. Kudos. And look who shows up. She Dragon. Looking more and more like a green Wendy O. Williams. Rest in peace, Wendy. Still miss you. And so there's our Richard Richards, with the candidate for mayor or governor or something. They save him, but the trio, the bikers run into the wall. There's She Freak's got a really nice bike, but she loses it and it crunches Ma's bike. And she's pissed off about that. So thereafter, they're going to teach She Freak a lesson and probably kill her. And they're blaming the dragon for all of it. And, I don't know why they haven't talked to the she dragon about becoming an officer. I believe she does in the comic book. I've seen pictures where she is a police officer. So, but they corner her again, and and Ma's got another bike, so apparently it wasn't trashed too bad. Dragon shows up, and puts her down in the sewer, and she's like, "Yeah." And I don't know what this one's called. I want to call her Lashina, but that's one of the Furies from the New Gods. But she's got, tentacles popping out of her. And she's got an accent. So, of course, She Dragon can't leave things well enough alone. Ma says, "We're going to terrorize the city until you hand over the She Dragon," who's, according to the comic books, is not. She is a mutated human, mutated into a freak because she likes the dragon. And the other woman has these plasma blasts she can fire. And of course, down the sewer, it's full of methane. Kabloom! Dragon's all burned up because he sacrificed his body to save She Dragon. Good man. Even though She Dragon, I don't know if she's interested in Dragon. And there's nothing right now that says Alex. I think Alex and Dragon become partners of a sort in the comic book. I seem to remember a panel that stands out in my mind where they're at least intimate in a comic book. Anyway, she's like, "Well, now they're after her, so they got to take her to a safe house." Safe house is Barbaric's place, which is just like he's like an early 20s dude who's just eating pizza all the time and working out. So off they go. The bikers are just destroying it. And our Richard Richards finds out where where she's staying, and they broadcast it, which I think would get him in a lot of trouble with the police. And he's Barbaric's just, obviously he's a gamer, so there's pizzas. He's like, hey, the Chicago PD's playing for this, and I'm sure it's deep dish and hefty pizza, which if you're in the mood for it, it's good pizza. Good pizza, can't complain. And there he goes broadcasting it. So of course the bikers show up. They're like, where are they? So they look around. Ma eats the rest of the pizza. See, that's disturbing. Remember what I said about going a guy? So they're hiding up in the attic, and Frank is going over and talking to our Richard Richards and says, look, you've messed up by doing that. You're compromising, and that can have heavy consequences. But if you play ball, so he broadcasts the thing, the bikers come and attack him, and he tells them where they are, which is away from She-Dragon. So these two are having the a staff battle with logs. Stand back, lest I strike thee with my quarterstaff. Quarterstaff? That's cheap. Mine was $1.50. That's a cheap joke. That was when the Muppets did Robin Hood. Of course, the She-Dragon's bored and puts on a bunch of extra weight that, do you lift, bro? And just leaves Barbaric there. As strong as he is, he can't help himself, although she didn't tie him down, so all he has to do is twist side to side and he's fine. Ma eats it's just disturbing. I mean, humorously disturbing. And I still don't know what her name is. And She-Dragon's looking very coquettish at Dragon himself, who's like, you're a pest. Alex takes care of old Lashina Jr., and they catch everyone. And that's it. So there it is. So those are the 3 episodes. I really like the fact that Overlord's not in 2 of them. So I think 10 episodes is fine. And tomorrow, as you see, we're going to be reviewing our last horror movie, Frankenstein's Bloody Terror. So just keep in mind, it's horror. And I was going to put the trailer on, but I showed it yesterday. So we're going to just show a trailer of something upcoming at some point in time. I've now forgotten what it was. But my fellow agents, let me crank up let's get the tunes going here, the music, until our next assignment tomorrow for Frankie's Bloody Terror, which has nothing to do with Frankenstein at all, but it's a good movie. And until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off, phasing out.
Oh, gee, what was that?
It was frightening, wasn't it?
It was horror.
Hey, you know what, Colin?
What, Ryan?
That's what all the songs on this CD set are about. Horror.
Are you saying that every song on this CD album has to do with horror?
You bet I am. 800 songs on 300 CDs.
That's
all about horror.